Alright everyone, welcome to Golden Abyss. I'm not awake this morning. Hope you guys are doing well though. I am 2003-041. You can call me 2K, 2K3, whatever number related name you can think of. Again, I'm bringing you Uncharted Golden Abyss today. Before we get the run going, just really quickly with the version I'm running, and I'm sure B-Man and Shaq can help clarify anything that I get wrong. I'm playing on US patched version. I'm playing on the worst patch because it's the slowest reloads, the slowest loads, the slowest reload checkpoints. And then JP has a standing cover glitch that we cannot do in the US version. So I've kind of routed this specifically based on what I can do and whatnot. So we're just going to jump into it. So we're doing puzzle skips, which means we actually are going from the chapter select, very easy. And basically when we do this, we're playing on a file that's already been beaten. And what's going to end up happening is areas where we need to do charcoal rubbings, or do any kind of puzzles. For the most part, we are not going to need to solve them. The US version has 2 puzzles that cannot get skipped. So we are going to have to do... Well, really, it's technically only one of them we have to do. The other one is a Vita exclusive puzzle where it uses the camera, but we're using custom firmware to even get this to work. So whenever we're ready to start, we're going to skip movie. That'll be the start of time. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. Alright, so this is the prequel game to all the other games.
Easier said than done.
Again, released on the Vita. So I'm playing this on a PS TV. Again, I had to have it modded with custom firmware in order to actually get this to run, because otherwise this game does not work. So right at the beginning, unfortunately the JP version, they do a clip right away to be able to skip a good chunk of all these little talking bits. So basically what they end up doing is they do a... I would definitely, you know, if you really want to see the fastest runs, definitely watch the world record and second place runs. They're really cool to watch. They really are. The clip that they do is pretty insane. Alright, so we gotta take out this guy up here.
It's Drake. Get him.
Oh, I'm surprised you walked on me as quick as you did. The thing is, where this is a handheld console game, it's definitely more jank compared to... Hi, can you, are you really hiding behind them?
Piece of cake.
It's definitely really jank, especially in the movement, so I gotta be careful with, like, rolls near the edges. I'm gonna try to skip as much climbing things as I can. And really the main points for this run are don't die, because restarting checkpoints take forever. And then the other thing that we're going to be abusing is this game has a lock-on feature, so we're going to be trying to use that as much as possible. Especially later on when we get like the dragon sniper. We're going to be doing some quick scoping with that, so that'll be fun. So yeah, this is just typical Uncharted. Let's start in the middle of the game that they did for, you know, 2 and 3. Sorry, 2 and 4, not 3. 3 didn't do this. Now I'm already confusing the movie with that plain intro in media res. Right, so this is the end of the prologue here. So what ends up happening is every time that we get those cutscenes, we have to open the pause menu to skip movie. But every time... Because the way this game works is it pretty much loads data for each chapter as you enter them. There are random points where once we get too far in the level, it's got to reload everything. So there's going to be a lot of waiting at these points to go. Here's where we're going to see our main movement. So the fastest moving speeds are combat speed, then shooting with the gun, and then jumping. So right at the beginning, we're just going to try to get in front of... No! Dang it! I was going to say try to get in front of Dante, but I couldn't at that rope, which is unfortunate. By the way, I've only been learning this for about a week and a half. So yeah, we've got the 3 speeds: combat speed, shooting with a gun, and then jumping are the 3 fastest movement in order. Anytime we can try to get in front of our NPC companion, we're going to do it. So like right here, we're going to just jump immediately. That's going to get us on the wall so we can get ahead of Dante here. I would definitely say too, this game is really worth it to watch a playthrough of. Let's see, we gotta turn around, jump at this wall. No! Alright, we might still be okay. Sweet, okay.
These handholds are?
That one's annoying just because the angle you gotta go is really rough.
They feel like the ones
So
that
these
made
ledges
Severi.
we're gonna
Remember?
just start
We were
rolling
so
towards.
scared. Thought you were gonna
Sweet.
cry.
That was different. It was dark and twice as high, and I had a bag of pottery shards strapped in my back.
I saw tears.
I would definitely, yeah, I mean, well, the thing is, so the Vita
It's a long way
is,
down.
Hey,
I mean, it's
was
not
the one
hard to
who
come
taught
by,
you
but it's definitely, you know, I know people
Whatever you say.
don't want to
This
just
is-
spend it just for one game. Alright, so here's where the charcoal rubbings
Alright,
come
hey,
into play.
try
We've
this
got to
guy.
get 4 of these, but again, where we're doing puzzle skip, the charcoal rubbings are already done.
Careful.
I hate this.
You still afraid of heights?
Heights?
So
No.
this game has a lot of these hopping sections, so you don't really need to worry too much about
If you do fall,
being
want me to
accurate or
bury
anything,
you in
which is
those
nice.
Sure.
We just try to
You get to wear your sneakers to the
climb
funeral.
across as fast as we can. So the thing too in this game is Dante kind of takes a Flynn
Don't rub
role
too
in this
hard.
game. Oh.
They're gonna get
So this is
excited.
the puzzle that we need to do, and this one
jealous?
really is not that bad. JP has one puzzle that they can't skip. I'll let you know which one it is because it's pretty funny that we can skip one. But hi, kitty. All right. So this is one of the other annoying things. When you open the pause menu, sometimes it will just automatically be on options. So you really got to pay attention to make sure you actually skip, hover over to skip movie. All right, so we've got one of our first balance skips coming up here. There's a mechanic on
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
logs to
Watch this log. little squirrely.
have like a balancing swaying
Squirrely?
action. But if we do
Where'd you learn
this,
that, Girl
I didn't get the
Scouts?
jump off,
Brown.
unfortunately.
Ah, shit.
But you can, on this particular log, if you do a jump at a certain point,
What are
you
you, king of the
can
jungle?
get across.
rope,
Unfortunately, I've only ever gotten that once in a run. But we'll have other... Oh, I need to start shooting. We'll have other balance skips that are, you know, much more manageable to me.
See what I?
Alright, let's skip this one. Oh, gosh. Yeah, see, Bayman given all the info because... Alright, so right here, normally JP, I can't remember if it's just because it's JP unpatched. They can do a
Everything you
a
find up here is
photo
mine.
mode thing with the cutscene in order to be able to just skip all this. We need to grab 2 of these turquoise stones because they are in our path, so we're gonna be forced to grab those, unfortunately. So the other thing with the movement is for the second half of the run, the first half of the run is where we're going to see a lot of the skips and game breaks. The second half, we're not going to have as many. Oh, shoot, I did that wrong. You can tell it's way too early in the morning for me. But the second half, we really don't have those skips, so we're going to be just trying to go through. So this is actually a spot we can get in front of Dante if we spam X enough. There we go. And it's weird because you wouldn't think you'd be able to get in front of Dante there just the way he is, but very nice that you can. And we get across this. Like I said, it's nice. I'm just spamming to try to get across as fast as possible.
Now we're having fun.
But if
you
Dante's
say
ahead
so.
of you, that ledge there, it takes
Watch
forever
that
for Nate to get up it. And that is the end. Oh, forgot to roll. And we try to roll off of those ledges because you don't get the stutter when you land. And especially for those ones, you just go straight down to the ground as opposed to jumping. So again, we're going to try to get ahead of Dante. So as soon as we get out of this cutscene, we're just going to start jumping immediately towards the rock to try to get some speed ahead of him. Let's hope this angle's not bad. Sweet. And this is where we're gonna
Try
have
not to kick him in the junk.
this chapter here.
makes
This
sense.
is where we're gonna have
that
the
ever stop
lore
you?
kind of come into play in terms of what exactly are we hunting for treasures and whatnot. Go. So if we go on that log, it'll trigger a cutscene, but we can actually just go the way we're intended to go. And this is going to show us one of our other mechanics that we get, which is cutting with a machete. Normally you're supposed to cut the areas that have bamboo because there's a lot of collectible secrets hidden behind it. So this is our first touchpad usage here. So the way I'm doing it, I have a DualShock 4 plugged into this, so I'm able to just use the touchpad on that. And you can see the hand is just
This is why
for
we
me
need
to
flick
see
up.
where I'm going. If
Once
you see
you
a white
wash all
hand,
this
that
shit down
means
through
it's
the cans. See, they make it
the
hard to
first
get
hand.
anywhere.
It's
Look at my boots.
the L2 button
Yeah,
I
they
can use
invented
as well
something
to
to fix
activate,
that.
and I'll be using
Called
those for
roads.
Oh, roads. Yeah.
the
Well, up
the
here,
quick
they can
time
be even
event
more
fights.
dangerous. Trust me.
You can also press down on the pad itself. So this is where we have our first bit of combat,
Who's
but
shooting at us?
because we've been using
I
our
know?
gun,
Must
we
be
don't have
poachers.
any
They come up here
ammo,
all the
but it's
time.
perfectly fine.
Maybe Guerro's men?
We're gonna
No, I
just
told you, Guerrero, don't
travel
come
under
around.
this.
You know how to shoot that, or did you just bring it to look cool? You guys ain't fooling around.
There we go. Please don't die. Please don't die. And we're gonna. Nope, I meant to push it. There we go. Yeah, the melee in this game is really slow, so you don't want to try to activate as much as possible. So here you're supposed
Stand
to, take off that padlock.
Just saying.
And the annoying thing with a lot of these doors is the doors come in swipes of 3.
Don't bother helping.
You got it.
So they just see me
No, really, I got this.
swipe,
Okay.
as quick as I can.
Thanks for your
So
help.
for those swipes, I mean,
Problemo.
I hold the L2 button and just do the swipe on the pad when I need to. But all right, here's our introduction to our female companion,
Usually the
Chase
regimental-
here. But this section we've got a lot of
Turn it over and look at the other side.
dialogue. We've got a lot of discovery. And normally with a lot of these items, you're
grand-
supposed to flip and rotate them, which it's really annoying to flip and rotate. So thankfully, we don't need to do any of that. We get the last one here.
That charcoal.
Now we've got a fight coming up, and you're wondering, well, you wasted all your bullets. Well, luckily there's just a gun right here.
Stay down.
And for the most part with the pistol, it's just going to be a 2-shot for most of these enemies. Unless you headshot them, obviously, with that. By the way, we can play a game too. How many badges will I get during this run? This game tracks your stats like insanely. Like it's nuts how much stat tracking there is. So you'll see badges pop up. So you guys can keep track of how many we actually get. We haven't had any so far, but We get some glitchy climbing, which is always funny to see. Alright, so now Dante is gone. Dante is a weird character, but like I said, the banter between him and Nate, the chemistry is just so good in my opinion. So really with the early game, the main thing is Chase has this pendant that somebody found that somebody is actually her grandfather. And we know it's for an ancient civilization, but we don't... Wow, you had to reload. I didn't even realize that there was a reload point. No. Jump over. You guys can drop down.
Too easy.
Yeah, so at this point we're just trying to get out of this area because... Yeah, we don't want to get shot. Alright, so there's one. Yeah, so those badges on the top right. So these are the balances. Every one that you do, it's 5.5 seconds. This is one I could not find a way to skip at all for this version. And now we come to one of my least favorite parts of this game. First of all, ledges are really janky to go down, but now we're gonna have enemies at the top of the ropes. And these enemies are just annoying. They don't die.
Let me see what I can do.
I luckily headshot that one, but the thing is where all these guys need 2 hits, they don't like being headshot for some reason. Part of it is just the cursor that you have. The bullet can go anywhere in that circle. It doesn't matter if you have it directly on their head. It can just kind of go wherever it wants. Alright, can you get off the rope? Thank you. Alright, so this part up here, you might think we're not able to get in front of Chase, but if you jump immediately when skipping that cutscene, you actually can, which is great. Because Chase and all the other AI, they are slow climbers. It's so bad. And big thing here is for this roll, I want to make sure I don't die. Because the further we can go on these ledges with a roll, the better off. There are a couple where you can chain the rolls and get really far down. But that can be tricky too. So we're going to get Chase back here. And then we're going to have another balance skip. So let's see how this one goes. This one's a little different setup. Nope. That was close. I'll give it one more try. A lot of these tricks I'm gonna at least give one try. A couple I'll give a couple. But I find some of them extremely finicky to do. So there we go. That worked. So we're gonna make sure we do a speed boost off of that, so we can just fall underneath Chase. And it's so very easy to die in that part too. And now we get the fun part, slow-mo. Now this part can be really glitchy just because Chase may... Oh, yep, there it is. Okay. So I'm hoping... There it is. Okay. Yeah, she can get stuck like that somehow, and luckily I found that you can actually navigate around her. It's very finicky to do that though, so the fact that I got as quick as I did is actually really nice. Now the problem here is if I die at any point in this, we're near the end of the chapter. If I die at any point here, we're going way far back, so we really don't want to die. So we got another ledge roll. I'm just going to do it there. That's fine. Only goes to options. So basically, okay, that makes sense. Alright, so that's the end of chapter 2. Yeah, dude, I know. Yeah, me playing around with that. It's pretty much you have to move around to actually like. You need to move around to be able to get that to work. It's very. I've noticed it's extremely finicky, and I'm sorry. Yeah, these skip movies are awful. They really are. It's so bad. All right, so now at this point, it's just waiting for this guard to come back towards that turquoise stone. I haven't talked about the collectibles. There are a ton of different kinds of collectibles. There's photos that you can do. There's these turquoise glyphs. There's giant
Nate.
marble things or whatever they are.
Closer now.
Alright, so just run by these guys. We have one more at the end of the log coming up. And then we're gonna have Uncharted 1 reference coming up here. And this is why everybody blames Elena for the bridges. I think Nate's the problem. And you'll see exactly why here. Alright. So the thing with this game, it has 34 chapters, and honestly, I think they did really well with this game in general, because they were able to reuse a lot of the assets, you know, to re-go over. There is just so much content in this game, though. Is like slightly over 300 collectibles. Which is by far the absolute most in any Uncharted game. It's, I'll tell you right now, getting all the collectibles was a chore. The plot for this game is a chore. Alright, so. The other thing too is, so one thing I didn't touch on, so the Vita does have motion controls. You can see that with the balance sections. But you can actually do that with all the climbing stuff too. When you need to jump from ledge to ledge, you can use that. Alright, now we're going to have our first quick scope section. Oh, helps if you... Alright, we're not going to quick scope because apparently I'm not quick scoping right now. There we go. Hi. That doesn't take that long usually. Whatever, it's fine. I'm not awake enough. It's way too early, guys. I had to wake up at 7 after 5 hours of sleep from last night. It's fine. Alright, so we got another jump across. And guess what? Slow-mo again, because this game loves slow-mo. This is a quick time event. I'm gonna basically like not have it show up by just swiping immediately. So most of those items, when you pick it up, you have to hit one button to go back a menu, say, yep, you got the item, and then another to close the book. Alright, this ledge is annoying because I like to die a lot there. I'll just, you know, fall off, basically. Alright, so I'm not going to shoot my gun here because there's a guy here. We're just going to push right off. It's easy. Yeah, so you'll notice a lot of times when I get to edges, I won't be like running full speed. I'll try to slow my speed down. And it's basically just to make sure I don't just go right over. Oh, it's badge number 2 there. And I'm saving the sniper for later section up here, so we're just gonna keep shooting because we're gonna get more cutscene stuff. Yeah, honestly, a lot of this game is just wait to skip movie, wait to skip movie, wait to skip movie. There's a lot of plot that they fit into this game. Yeah, so at this point, it's General Guerrero is our main adversary. But he's got all of his men within this jungle trying to
More Guerrero's men.
find the treasure and whatnot, so we're gonna... This one should be better because they're not supposed to move typically. We're gonna have one more guy we need to gun down.
Closing now.
No, both of them. There we go. And then once we skip this double cutscene, we are at the end of chapter 3, and there's Guerrero
Oh God!
punching us out. All right, so officially on to chapter 4. By the way, if you guys see two different hands, so one is the left hand, one is the right hand. We want to just try to say that left hand for the most part. I beat him in cards once. I know, that seemed like it was so recent. Alright, so we've got this burning building we need to get out of.
Keep going.
So this is pretty straightforward, it's just an escape sequence. It seems like each chapter kind of has its own theme to it. So this one's just, like I said, it's an escape sequence. And then it's gonna lead to, you know, discovery / fight chapters. Let's skip this movie. Alright, so we've got another machete action
Got
here.
just the thing for this.
So one of the things with the swipes, from what I understand with the Japanese version, is the Japanese version does a lot of cross patterns, and there's like one other pattern that they do a lot compared to the US version. I say it's a little simpler than, you know, the US version. Alright, more climbing around, so the camera gets weird here, so
This is
point
crazy.
the box, up over. Jose, no, we'll see him. I'll make sure we tug on him once, okay? I'll make sure I give him a tug to say hi. Because really, we don't actually do anything in that chapter. And it's the last part here. We're actually just gonna go there. Nice. Climb over, and we are done with that chapter. So now we're gonna have our first main clip. Now, JP does the second half differently because they can do the standing cover clip, but this is gonna be where we get to see the crouch cover clip. The crouch cover clip takes a while to do, but I think it's funny how it looks. One of my friends calls it spin to win, basically. So that should give you an idea of what you're about to see. Wait for that guy to come up there, so we can take him out.
I'll take that.
Alright, so we're gonna do here, face away from the wall, aim down sight, turn your shoulder that you're aiming from, and then once you get out of that, you spin back the opposite direction. Yeah, so basically, I guess it's rotating towards the wall, but it's you're pushing the stick away from whatever wall you're trying to clip into. The way that we know that this is going to work is the camera will shift into Nate's position when you're able to get out of this. Otherwise, you just kind of lurch back to your starting point. So we're actually going to see for this one 2 camera changes. Be great if I could have one soon. Alright, where is he? Alright, so that's one. We just gotta wait for one more camera change. JP does this clip to start. We're skipping a lot of chase stuff. There we go, now we're in. We're skipping a lot of chase stuff, but for us, we actually have to go here to activate that dialogue. They do a standing cover clip like there, like around there, I think, actually. To get out of bounds, to get straight to the end of the section as a whole. But unfortunately, we got to go the traditional way. So we're going to silently take down these guys. Otherwise, there's going to be a bunch more guys. There we go. We got that dialogue. That's what we need to get Chase to spawn here with a restart checkpoint. And then once it loads, we got to give her boosties. I love this the boosts in this game. The fact that you can that you have to swipe to boost them up. So this cutscene's weird. We actually have to wait for the camera change here to skip. It's so weird. It's the only one that's like that. That I'm aware of, at least. Some of the skip movies that we need to do as well. Oh, here's a balance skip I've never got. I don't think it's possible on the... Oh, I got it! I've never gotten that one. I was about to say I don't think it's possible on US, but it is just extremely precise apparently. I am happily surprised with that. Alright, so we just got some more climbing around to do. But these chapters here, like 5 to 9, that's where we're gonna see a lot of different cover clips to try to just get out of areas faster. So yeah, so JP will get to that point.
What's this?
Of the chapter with their out of bounds stuff. Alright, so these guys here, we've got to do stealth takedowns. Because again, any of these sections, well, most of these sections, this is going to be one where we're not going to worry too much about not stealthing. As soon as you alert somebody, there would be, you know, like 10 people jumping from that building there. So this last guy is funny because he should totally see that when he turns, but he doesn't. Alright, so we jump up here, and this is going to be the end of the chapter. It's so funny. I watched Matt's PB to kind of... Yeah, guys, definitely, if you want to see what you can implement in your runs, watch other people's runs, because I found some stuff in Matt's run that I was able to use for this run. So definitely, you know, watch other people's runs, learn from guides. Everything that you can to figure stuff out. Alright, so we're on to chapter 6 here. Alright, so this is where we're going to be using the cover clip again. We're going to be sequence breaking this chapter a lot. Right, I'm going to kill that guy. Let's try to get through here as fast as we can. And the thing is, I have to really watch... Once I get a little too fast, that's where I start getting missed inputs for these, and it's really bad if you get missed inputs. Because you can just totally undo everything that you did if you screw up an input. Wait for the camera to move. Yes, everybody needs to tell Matt how much you want him to run this game again. I forgot about that. Yeah, so I was, originally it was Panzer that was supposed to run this, but with the event moving, he couldn't make it today. And I was literally the last person Matt asked to run this game.
Wait,
So.
look out! Gross, man.
He didn't even know I had the game, which is funny. So sequence break, we're gonna touch this bridge. And now we just gotta take out some enemies here. I'm gonna try to take these guys out on the ground if I can, and then we're gonna go up for the AK and try to take out the rest. This is gonna be a couple more times. Where's like the last guy? No, there he is. So we only really need those guys that spawned in. Oh, stop running away. One guy missing? Where is he? This part can get annoying just because it can be hard to see them.
That was close.
Alright, there we go. So chase just automatically comes up here. Oh yeah, no, we're just having fun this run for the most part. You know, this is just me showing off what I learned in a week and a half, essentially. But you know, if I can learn this in a week and a half, you know, you guys can... You guys can learn anything. Set.
I came through here.
And then we get to open this door. Hi,
here we
please.
All right, go.
Alright, so this upcoming section, I actually kind of do
It's not gonna move.
like it a bit because we're going to be starting with our weapon manipulation kind of here. Oh yeah, I technically own the 80% world record because nobody wants to do all the charcoal rubbings. Let's be real. That's the only reason I have the 80% record. Okay, to be fair too, this was speedrun number 5 that I had that I've done in a 6-week span. I've been doing way too many different speed games. And like when I say 5 out of 6, I mean like I learned all those other ones. So we're gonna kill this guy that way so we can grab this West because the West is a one-shot kill. Oh, there's the other West guy. I'm surprised he charged. They don't move like that. That's so weird. So yeah, we're anytime we can get the West or the Desert 5,
Come on, give me that.
we are going to try to grab those because those are the one-shot kills.
Go.
Oh yeah, having access to this game and being able to
Oh, no.
stream it definitely is another reason. All right, so we got 2 more guys here. So there's one skip. I'm not sure if it's JP exclusive or it's a patch thing. But those bars that we jumped over, you can actually do a jump
What's this?
from them onto the rail up top. Hi.
Raised
There
in
you
a
go.
circus.
Up to the rail up top, so you can skip all this climbing here. We're gonna have a quick time event with this. Hi. Yeah, there we go. I'm like quick time
Thank
event.
God.
I mean, this is speedrun number 3 in a 12-hour period. So, alright, so we gotta drop down. We don't want to drop down too early because we're gonna try silent kill this guy.
Yeah, fighting. That's an idea
That's
for you.
fine. We shoot that guy. So this is gonna be another bounce skip. This one's tougher because it's a tight line that you gotta do. Oh, and I didn't jump over the trigger. That's unfortunate. It's okay, that one was stupid easy to do. Yeah, so the trigger was right in the middle of the
What the hell?
in the middle of that beam, and I just didn't jump over it. Yeah, this is where the controls can get really finicky on that part specifically, because you have to wait for the camera to pan completely before you try to jump, because if you're not reaching over, you'll just start climbing down and the camera changes back and it's terrible. Some of the controls for some of the areas in the camera it just does not cooperate with you.
Okay, I'm clear. I put the brake
Alright,
on.
so we're nearing the end of this chapter here. We just gotta do the same thing. Wait for the jump. Hi, climb up. Thank you. To be fair, it was only supposed to be 2 last night. Alright, so we got another movie we gotta wait to skip on. Where are we? I think at this point... Oh, okay, I know where we are. So, it's important that we got that West when we did for this next area specifically, because we're gonna be killing the enemies in one section really fast with them. We do a roll there because we can't jump, and the walking's really slow. Get through the... Nate. Through the door. The other thing too is some of these things are they're not cutscenes, they're like the in-game stuff. So you have to know
Can you climb back
what's an
up?
in-game and what's a
Yeah, just wait there. What's this?
you know, a skippable. Alright, so we climb up,
Found a pick.
Yeah.
start
Know who it belongs to?
shimming back over
No,
to
no.
where Chase is.
Probably just belonged to one of the archaeologists at the site. Hey, come on.
Alright, so this is where we're gonna use the West. Now, if you stealth kill all these guys, the last guy that we have does not show up, but we don't care about that. We're just trying to kill them as quick as possible. this guy is a tank.
I'm sick of these guys.
But the West just makes mincemeat of them. Now this part is both fun and annoying. It's fun because you get to spam grenades,
Sorry.
but it is really annoying to use them.
Grenades.
So we're gonna
Hello.
aim down sight. We're gonna move the stick with our left hand and use our right hand to push the grenade icon to actually throw them. Right, I'm like, there's gotta be a guy. How are you not dead still? Alright, you know what? We're just gonna do that.
That all they got?
Yes, that takes care of all of them.
Nate.
Chase is gonna bring the rope for us. Yeah, so the nice thing is, I mean, the chapters for the most part are just really short, and then this is a mandatory fist fight that we gotta do, but it's really basic. We're just gonna outpower him. Oh, there we go.
Hey.
All right, so this level is super broken. I figured out a strat for the US to kind of mirror what the JP version does, because they do a standing cover clip in a certain spot to start everything. But we're gonna do an enemy manipulation to be able to do our crouch cover clip for the first part. Everything after that is the same, but by skipping through as we do, we're gonna miss a lot of cutscene triggers and whatnot. So we're just gonna start heading down here. We're gonna just run and gun these guys down. Run into the next room because this is where these enemies will spawn. Shotgun guy, break him down. One more guy.
This way. Come on.
And then this is the best part. If I can line myself up, let's see if we can kill this guy. Got it.
Come on. Fight.
Alright, so we got shotgun guy coming here. Perfect. Now we're gonna keep the guy with the green hat alive. It's important to keep him alive because he likes to run away from Nate when you approach. But we gotta wait for him to kind of go away. Yeah, otherwise he does that. So he likes to back away. Alright, that should be fine. So now we're just going to do that crouch cover clip. Normally at that very first pillar in the room, JP can do a standing cover clip. So this is going to be extremely slow, but it's fine. We're here for a good time. We're not here to be. As long as I'm underestimated, it's totally the underestimate. Just some more spin to win. We got to get through this wall and this door. And again, we're just skipping a ton of cutscenes. If I was to kill that last guy, as soon as I approached the boxes I started this cover clip on, I get a cutscene with Chase, and then the gate doors open, and there's just way more enemies that spawn, and it's not a good time. So funny thing is, once we start heading through the wall, that guy is going to be like, where did Drake go? Where is he? We'll actually like see him right in front of us, which is great. Oh, and see, that's what happens when you miss one input. It's like you can just start moving way to the right and like screwing everything up. So he should be coming over any second now. But basically, we're just waiting for the camera to transition back to Nate. There he is. Hey, dude. There we go. Yeah, so they can do it so much faster on JP just because they have that standing cover clip. But now we're back on track. This is what JP does because we only have a cover. Crouch here. We're gonna clip through this wall to the right of, to the left of us. Wow, I know my directions today. Am I locking onto the guy downstairs? I think I am. That's funny. So it's funny. It seems really slow when I'm doing. But again, we're skipping over a lot of cutscenes. In this part, it's Chase is trying to get her pendant back from Guerrero, which he locked in his office. So a lot of this is just trying to find the office, finding the pendant and retrieving it, and then escaping. But unfortunately, when you escape, Chase ends up on the back of an explosives truck with Guerrero's men and all that. You get one more cover to do. Which is why we're gonna have to end up saving her very shortly after all this. So this is the last one we do for this chapter here. Because once we get the camera to spawn at us at the ladder, then we can start climbing. Oh! Oh, great, okay. Yeah, so that's the funny business that can happen. I forgot to undo my crouch. Which is why that just snapped me back in place. But it's, we'll just do it again. I was just trying to climb that ladder really quickly. There we go. Okay. That time I uncrouched. Okay. Try to jump to, there we go. Just try to get up a little bit quicker. So this west is gonna work out very nicely for this area because we're gonna have another couple of those bigger shotgun guys. And that just one-shots them all. How many badges have we had? That's gotta be like number 5 already. Alright, we got one more swing. There's gonna be one more of those guys. We're gonna blind fire while he pops in. Just for the heck of it. Don't need to kill him. Alright, we have successfully escaped. Now this section, this is where the quick scoping becomes really fun here. So we're just going to try to take out the enemies as quick as we can to avoid Chase being stopped, and it's actually going to skip some of the dialogue within the fight itself, which is kind of funny if you do it quick enough. So at this point, we're just saving Chase. We actually need to wait for this first guy to completely stop before we can even kill him. Just like that.
Chase, move.
We got here.
Keep moving.
And I just like to try to reload as early as possible. Oh, I did get him.
Go, go.
And part of the thing is there's one little dialogue thing where Drake's like, "Why aren't you going faster? They're shooting at me!" But we don't get that at all. So that's the first part. Chase is going to be with us very shortly. There she is. And now we're going to have this turret, so we need to kill this guy that's there. And then we just need to waste our ammo as quick as possible to get the next part of this going. I'm pretty sure it's on a bullet counter. I'm not 100% sure though. There it is. So now it's going to reveal that the truck has explosives in it, so we just need to shoot the explosives. There we go.
Come on, let's get out of here.
Nice job.
Thanks.
Over here. Boost me up.
Alright, you got more boosties. So these chapters 10, 11, 12, they're extremely quick to run through. These are probably the shortest chapters, and then chapter 20 is also extremely short. Alright, so we're just gonna shoot our Wes. Until we get here. So this is going to be the point where Guerrero corners us, takes all our guns, and then we need to flee. So just a typical escape sequence. We're going to see more of these later in the game too. Like I said, each chapter has its own kind of theme to it. So this is just about,
Time to go.
this part here is just about escape.
Slippery. Look out. Ledge.
Don't let that stop you.
Just gonna try to make sure we don't get stuck in places. We're gonna try to cut one corner a little bit too, coming up
That
here.
is if you know where we're going.
If I climb on this
No
rock,
idea.
kind of,
Just following
and
you.
go over to the left. Oh yeah, we're way ahead of Chase. Which is what we want to be. You know, as long as we don't die, we are good. For this guy.
This guy's all yours.
Thanks.
That had to hurt.
Now we're behind Chase.
Did more than me.
Well, it just kind of evened itself out. So sometimes you can actually just do a one-shot takedown of that guy. Well, unfortunately, that didn't happen there.
You want me to wait, Slowpoke?
Go, just go.
Oh, I snuck in front of her. Alright, so this section coming up here, it's going to be a mudslide. We're going to be using motion controls. So we're just going to be tilting the controller to the right and to the left to move Nate. It definitely would be better if we could just move him left and right, but it is very easy to die in this section too. I remember when I first played this was, I think, one of the biggest, like, one of the biggest roadblocks, especially in the early game, casually. Just because the other thing too is the perception that you have is really off. This is gonna be a little break, we get to heal up a bit. So I'm trying to keep it centered as much as possible and adjusting as I need to. I screwed up on the first couple of adjustments, but you don't really need to move too much to the right and the left. And the funny thing is there are treasures that you can get down here. They're really annoying to grab, honestly, the collectibles. Ow. Don't die. Alright, and next chapter we're going to have one of the easiest chapters. Just because this is all cutscene. It's basically Nate and Chase just drawing up a game plan for where they need to go next. But you're in her grandfather's office that has a ton of collectibles.
You see, the Sete Cidades.
Now this is where one of those ones where we need to wait for certain prompts
That
before we can
parchment is
get the
blank.
movie
The
skipped.
ink.
So this is actually the other
Sensitive
puzzle
to-
that doesn't get skipped.
Sword of Stephen.
And normally you're supposed to hold the Vita up to a light source, but with the custom firmware, because we don't have a camera, we can't do that.
There.
So it just automatically does that puzzle. Yeah, so that's really just more of a plot and collectible chapter. Like I said, there's about 10 different treasures that are in there. At this point, we are on the trail of Chase's grandfather. This is the, I don't want to say it's a dig site, but this is the site that he was last going to. So we're gonna jump over here, pull our gun, we're gonna do our
Hey,
shots.
through here. Come on.
Jump on this ledge. Nope, I didn't get the boost over.
Just
Oh, well.
follow me. This way.
Right behind you.
Come on, Chase. Remember the monkey bars?
Sure.
Like the playground.
Unfortunately,
Except
not
if you fall
Ivan
here,
Batuta.
You'll probably die.
What is her grandfather's name again?
Well, thanks for the pep talk.
It's so bad. Funny
doing
thing is, so the guy that
Come on, over here, give me a
does actually got a guy that voices Perez's grandfather, and his voice lines They're not within the gameplay itself. They're on the collectibles. There's a little reading for each of the collectibles that you get for the history of it and all that.
Nice.
Yes, we can actually jump on top of
Go
that
this
box
way.
immediately when she drops it, which is
Oh.
great.
Slow down there, Slick.
But
Don't
he
get too far
actually
ahead of me.
voices all of those, which
Those
is
are,
kind of cool.
Nice jeans. They
Let's see.
fit you well.
Oh, I almost
Thanks.
got in front of her. We almost... Perez, there we go. Thank you.
Let's go
It's
across
too
here.
early. My brain is not working. All right, so we got another balance skip. This one I find really hard, so we'll see if I can get it or not.
Careful.
Yeah, see, my angle's really bad, so we're just going to go across normally. That one, I either am really good or really bad on, and it's usually really bad.
Come on. Let's go this way.
Oh. Slow down, Slick. Don't get too far
Oh,
ahead
that
of
was
me.
the first balance skip, huh?
Those are nice jeans. They fit you well.
Thanks.
So I found a way
Let's
I
go
can
across
get
here.
ahead of Chase here. But if you
Careful.
do the balance skip,
Long
there
way
is a
down.
way to get in front of her going down this section here, but it's really hard. Because you got to do a roll at the right
Just climb
time
around.
and hope
You can
that
get
roll
down like
doesn't
this.
kill you.
Trust me, Drake.
So this
Come on,
section
Slowpoke.
coming up, it's definitely YOLO trying to get in front of Chase, but
Hey,
it
you think
looks
I
really
Get
cool if
more
I get it.
splinters
So.
doing stuff like this, don't you?
We're gonna have another rope we need to
skin, I guess.
climb down.
Not what I heard.
But we're gonna just do a fun jump.
The Spanish didn't
Sweet.
dig this giant hole.
Shoot our gun to get some speed,
The wrath of God. No,
and
just
use
kidding. I
hers,
don't-
the shield, to get under her. There we go. Very nice. And again, we do that because all the AI, all the NPC just move so slow. Anytime you can get in front of them is,
How you
is
doing?
great.
This better than a greasy chain?
Ugh, yeah. My grandfather knew how to rig ropes for safety.
Oh, by the way, you can also use
Seems
the
pretty
touch
solid.
controls for all the climbing
long as
too,
we're
which
on the
I found that really fun the first time I
Don't
played through
jinx
this.
us.
It's very nice if you need like a quick break and there's a lot of traversing to do, but you may not necessarily get the fastest movement on the wall if you do that. So this chapter here, we're gonna take a little out of order to start. Normally we're supposed to knock down one of the fake door walls, but instead we're gonna
is that?
kind of go to the end, and then we'll grab Chase and then head towards the next section. So we're gonna head towards this rock here. We're gonna climb up on this mossy rock in a certain way, so we're kind of hanging off. There we go, perfect. Yeah, so if you have his right foot hanging off, that's where you can get that exploit to get that ledge. So we're gonna go around this area a little backwards, jump here. This jump is kind of specific, so we're gonna align Nate's head to the left of the board. Make sure
Whoa!
edge or not.
Good idea.
I got a little too close to the edge, so that's,
I heard
fine.
that. Wait
There
here.
we go.
I think I can make that.
That jump can be tricky, especially since you don't have any handholds to grab or anything like that. Alright, so now we gotta let Chase through. And then we're gonna be on to this by
I'm at the
far.
door. You
This
there?
is the hardest
2, 3.
skip for me, at least. This clip that we're gonna do is really hard coming up. But before we get to that, we're just gonna do one more roll onto this ledge. So essentially, this next area, it's another fight that you need to do with Guerrero's men, with the sniper rifle.
Here, I'll jump up and grab this. Ready?
But we're gonna
Alright, that's
clip
good.
into the wall and then hopefully do a roll onto some graves that are within the wall,
Alive!
and
cover.
use that to try to get us to the bottom of the map to trigger
His
the
men.
cutscene
They
for
must have
the
followed us.
next thing. Alright. I might give this 2 tries, because the angle I need for the roll is really tricky, but it saves a good chunk of time. time compared to trying to fight these guys if I can get it. Alright, let's... This probably isn't gonna work. So I'm trying to clip onto the one that's down there, if you can see it. But it's being very finicky right now. Oh. No, that's a death. I'll give it one more try, and if it doesn't work, we'll just take them out normally. I really want to show this one off because this one is... It's one of the cooler things, but it's just really tricky to get.
We did it!
Alive! Take cover.
And then if not, we'll just have to snipe all these guys, which
It's
is
men.
so annoying.
They must have followed us.
Especially the guys that are across the way on to our right. Oh my gosh, those guys use that cover like way too much. I'm gonna try to go a little further, I think. Oh, I almost had it. So I got the roll, but I didn't have the angle right to roll right on top of the thing, so it's very unfortunate. So we're just gonna kill them like normal. So what you're supposed to do is once you land on that first coffin, you just jump to a second coffin, which leads to standable ground in that out of bounds area. Like I said, I'm gonna at least give them a try once or twice. If I don't get it, I'm not
His men must
too
have
worried
followed
about
us.
it. So quick scope you. We gotta wait for this guy to pop out.
See ya.
Nice. Dude, thank you. Oh god, my console is freezing up. Oh gosh. I wonder if I broke the game from attempting those clips, I feel like. So. But yeah, like I said, this fight gets really annoying because of these guys up there. I hate these guys so much. Did I get the enemies yet? I think so. Please say you lost me. Dude. Dude!
Okay, think it's clear.
You sure?
Yeah, but if they're here, we better hurry.
Alright, so for puzzle skip, this is a big one. This area is where we get a lot of puzzles.
Now what?
So this first one we do, we need to get the charcoal rubbings of 7 different animals because that's going to give us the password for the door we need to go through.
I found one.
Great. Keep looking.
So we grab that guy. First 2 are standard, how we grab them, where we go, and all that. Going to the third one is different. We just need to follow this waterway.
Okay, one down.
Great.
Now we're going to climb up this rock so we can just jump to that point really quick. And I don't want to go too far. It's just right here. And guys, remember too what I said about the game reusing a lot of the assets for the different levels, because we're going to be going through all of this later too. Coming back out, so.
I get it. Up here.
Okay, so we got the dragon.
I got the second one.
So this is where the fun begins. We're gonna try to get up here.
Hard.
See? Tore the
We're
paper,
gonna
didn't you?
aim towards here to get a good lineup. Jump across. And bam, we get it first try. And that's, like I said, it's gonna save us a lot of going back down, and then we have to climb back up here. And you have to go down the hall that's there. Climb the alley that's over there to the left of us, just to get this one. And
Third one
yeah,
down.
we just circumvent a lot
to
of
go.
that climbing with that.
I'm almost done.
jump back across. And we're gonna grab our last
Nice. Keep it up.
guy, please. Yeah, this is what I mean when the controls can be janky. You can
It's a
just
regular zoo in here.
go back and forth so many times because you're trying to go
Exposed
fast. and
beams. Makes perfect
It's not
sense.
registering. More beams to cross. Now, funny thing is, on the way back, on one of my attempts, I actually managed to, when I did the jumps across the gaps, instead of grabbing the first beam closest, I had it where he grabbed the middle beam, but I've only ever seen that happen the once.
They get this up here. Last one. That should do it.
Okay. Climbing up. Because we got to go back the same way we came.
Okay, all done.
Good job.
Good job. All right. Kind of hoping he can do it, but no, he's not going to do it. Yeah, so this puzzle, when you're first solving, it's not like awful, but especially for just the regular any percent, it's annoying.
Chase, meet me at the door.
All right.
On my way.
Chase, over here.
All right, skip that movie.
Wait,
Puzzle
so you have to
solved.
line
Look
up
at
the
that.
symbols we got from the
There. Done.
Nice work.
All right, so we've got one more thing left in this chapter, pretty much, which is
The
just
door's moving. Oh man, I hope there's another way out of here.
this door. So this is a door that we avoided earlier. And with these doorways, we have to bust it down. So we gotta swipe it. Dante tricks you later because you do a couple with him, but it's a different direction. So you really need to pay attention on the directions you gotta swipe. By the way, if you guys have any questions as I'm doing the run, feel free to ask. I will try to answer as I go. So chapter 16, we've got more exploration. We got another big puzzle here as well. And this one is literally a big puzzle when I say it's a big puzzle. Yeah, that's a puzzle. You can see why I say it's literally a big puzzle.
Denisa.
Alright, just wait for certain audio.
Sort of.
Yeah. Alright, so we're just gonna climb on up here. Wait for Chase to meet us.
Nate, up here.
See here? They slide along these grooves.
The way to Esteban.
No,
Tomb.
let's skip
It's
the one.
opening. Come. I know I keep saying this, but
Okay, we skip that movie. Alright, so this is where bad things kind of start happening because we're gonna get into
Ooh,
this room.
careful.
Careful.
Ladies first.
Okay. And then this one we can skip immediately because we head down the rope. Uh-oh, what's that noise? Oh no, Perez is dead. Very unfortunate. Yeah, so Perez died very close to the end
Perez was so
of
close.
this section. He was
The
so
sword
close
must
to
be in
finding.
here somewhere. Now, where would
treasure.
a 16th century monk? This has got to. All right.
So it's certainly
See
it's
what you got,
certainly
Steve.
sad. The funny thing is there's a statue in there and one of the collectibles is taking a picture of that statue. So it's just very awkward while Chase is mourning her dead grandfather. You just kind of have to be like,
Markings.
yeah, sorry, I need to take a picture while your granddad's dead body is just right there. So tap on each section so we get each of the individual carvings. And there's so many of these because they make a map. so now we're gonna start heading back. Chase is fine. She's fine.
All right, let's go see.
Okay. So
How's
now,
Mason doing, babe?
now we find out Dante is actually working with Guerrero. Great. But then Dante gets betrayed by Guerrero. He gets pushed down. Oh, stop walking on something like that.
Not a good time.
Alright, so we take him down so we can use his GAU because it is super OP. We're just gonna go ahead and murder everything we see as soon as possible. We're not gonna see anybody dropping on the clips. Oh, I mean we are, but you know we're falling to their death at that point.
Dante.
Alright, Dante didn't die from that fall, but we're mad at him. It's weird. Dante's just whatever's gonna give him money. I don't want to say he's necessarily a bad guy, but he's just the weasel that's in it for the money.
Over here.
All right. So we're on to the next chapter. So this chapter's got quite a bit of fighting through. Now the thing is, we're mad at Dante, so we're not going to give him a gun. So for the most part, we gotta do most of the fighting. So we don't really have a companion. I mean, it's fine because Chase really doesn't help us either. She doesn't like guns at all. She's very annoying because she doesn't like guns. I mean, she could certainly help you out. Now this section here, you can just fire through and do everything. I'm gonna try to do stealth. I think this works out a little bit better. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. I did not want to drop that sniper. Actually, I probably should drop it. There's only one bullet. Okay. Yeah, now we're gonna climb up. I'm just gonna stealth kill this guy. There you go. I need a pistol is what I needed. We got one guy up here. And then there's gonna be one guy at the very end of the hall that we're gonna get. I just find it easier to do it like this because there's about 3 extra guys that end up spawning. One of them being one of those shotgunner guys. I really don't care dealing with them, especially on the stairs. This is the last guy.
Over here. Come on.
There you go. Alright, so now
Drake,
we've got to
my gun.
monkey our way around
Yeah, right.
Jesus, Drake, give me my gun.
while killing all the guys that are on Chase trying to kill her. So we're gonna go all the way over here so we can set up to get across as soon as we get rid of these first sets of guys. Dude. I guess I'm starting to head over. Alright, there we go. Oh, great shot. There we go.
Chase, run! I'll cover you.
So we're just progressively trying to get further and further as we do each section of saving Chase.
Bastard! Get away from me!
Go, go!
Come on, hit him. So nice thing is while we're suspended in the air, even though I'm gonna run out of ammo here,
Here we go!
you get unlimited ammo actually. So I do abuse that at points, especially with certain guns, those one-shot pistols. Really.
Stay there.
There's one more set of guys. Let's find out.
Get going.
Here goes!
Oh gosh. Oh yeah, the funny thing with Dante is the whole first part of the game I totally forgot to mention, but he just goes on and on and on about his sea turtle boots.
Just get your ass over here.
That should right there just tell you what kind of a guy Dante is. So this is gonna be our first of the turrets. We're gonna use the turret to kind of help Dante survive across. We just auto latch onto it. I think JP, you do not get that auto latch. You have to physically go up and press it. If I remember correctly. Okay, a couple here. Or is there one more? There we go. A lot of these sections, I forget how many guys spawn where, so. As long as we take them out in a quick manner, we'll be fine. Even if I don't take them out in the fastest manner, we'll be fine. So I like to burst fire because the recoil on this just sends the gun straight up and it gets really annoying. Later on, I end up just straight up firing because it's easier. But this where I have to go up and down a lot, it's easier for me to just burst fire it. We get a couple more sets. There's gonna be an audio cue for when we're done with the last guy. It's gonna be dialogue. Come on. Oh my gosh. Oh! Dude, some of the positions they take on the cover is just rough. I think there's one more set of guys.
Come on, we have to get to her.
Oh,
Christ, Drake, you almost got her killed.
audio quote.
Again.
Just
That's
move.
fine because we gotta wait for Dante anyways. Alright, cutscene. I always forget to skip this one, but it's fine. One more swipe. Okay, so we're gonna pick up all this equipment here. So we're gonna pull this guy out, and then we've got one brute that we need to try to take out if we can. I think that killed him. I hope that killed. Oh, it did not kill him. Oh, don't get me, don't get me. I'll take out the sniper. We're gonna have a couple more shotgun guys, but that was really the first. That's bad. Alright, that should be everyone there.
We have to get the chase.
Alright, so we're just gonna run and gun here. Run out of ammo. It's fine. So this is one where I found a strat thanks to Matt. We're gonna, instead of climbing around the turret like you're supposed to do to scale around this part, we'll get another one of these parts. We're gonna jump here, jump on that brick to the right, and then jump back to the left. Oh, wow, first try. That's actually trickier than it seems to get on that rock and get up. But that's the end of the chapter. I can't believe I actually got that first try. It looks so nice when you get a first try. But yeah, that skips a whole lot of climbing around, trying to avoid the turret shooting at you. Higher difficulties, you have to wait until this turret stops shooting at you to make it through without dying. Yeah, thank Matt for that. I was the one that just kind of showed it off to everybody. So we're gonna climb down here, and again, you know, really making sure I'm careful at those ledges because they're really annoying. You can just roll off them and die, and it's not fun.
That's it.
We're gonna have a number of guys come down here. This big guy we need to focus our energy on. Oh, dude, I was on your head, and then you moved. These enemies are so annoying because they'll just move willy-nilly, and sometimes there's just absolutely nothing you can do about it. Alright, so Chase, still caught by Guerrero. We need to catch up to her, try and rescue her. But we have yet another escape sequence, so... Like I said, you know, we're just going back through level that we've already seen.
Right behind you.
I think it's up this way.
Stuff there.
Damn stairs.
Damn, that would have been nice.
Alright, so this whole area is gonna start blowing up.
Keep going.
So Chase is there. Now we're gonna roll over to the sledge, so we're right next to Dante without falling down. Thank you, I didn't drop down like I normally have been.
Come on. We gotta find Chase.
Doesn't really matter if you're right next to him anyways, because you kind of got away from him anyways with these climbs. And this is why climbing is slow. I think this game's climbing is the slowest of any of the games. It definitely feels that way. And one thing I want to make sure I do here is not like get into Dante's butt, because then he just... This section is terrible. Because again, we have to shoot enemies at the top. Luckily, these guys are so much easier to headshot, which is nice. I still hate it. It's such an awkward angle to look at. Alright, so that's the end of that chapter. So we gotta finish our escape sequence here, getting all the way to the top. Very luckily, the game decides to give us a Wes right at the start, so we're gonna take out the first guy, grab that gun, and then start climbing up so we can finish our escape sequence here. And again, these skip movies are just... Honestly, that's probably the reason why people don't run this game. Hi.
Go.
Okay. Yeah, because the biggest thing we need the West for is there's just gonna be a couple enemies we want to take out extremely quickly. One with the rocket launcher, and then we got another green helmet guy, the armored
Do you
guy.
ever stop complaining? Shooting at us.
That's it. Kick his ass.
So we use the quick scoping there.
Come on. We gotta
Stand
keep
on
going.
top of the bridge here. Rocket launcher guy's coming up. And we're gonna kill him. I'm gonna reload up here.
Go. They're right there.
Yeah, the thing that's annoying is it's like,
Damn it, keep moving.
come on.
Don't step on my hand, will you?
Step on your head, you
Yeah,
moron.
the problem is at this point, moving forward, there's not really many skips, so this is just pretty much straight up gameplay, just going fast with different
Where is
straps. So we're gonna grab this
This way.
M79, which is a rocket launcher of sorts. And that's gonna help us clear these guys really quick here. We gotta get the guys that are across the way now. Bro. So now we're gonna do another
It's over by
little
those trucks.
bridge
Come
skip
on.
here. This one's the easiest one. We gotta make sure we're on the ledge so we can aim over here and then just do a jump. And we're reusing old scenery from the previous chapter to get over here, which is great. Get over. Yeah, that's the window we initially climbed through there. That one is by far the easiest balance skip because you don't even need to do anything on the beam itself. Unlike a lot of the other ones. So where are we at this point? Oh, chapter 20. So this puzzle JP has to do.
La Selva de la
I just want to find Jose really quickly.
Serpent Jungle.
That's where he's
I
taking
think it was easier at the beat. Oh, there he is.
Okay, great. Fill me in. Where exactly?
Well, if I'm right,
I didn't grab his
This
tail.
is
No,
the Temple
hold on.
of the
I want
Serpents.
to grab him.
the gateway.
I think I did the wrong.
Guevara.
cutscene, but-
Holy sh...
Okay, we're just gonna skip. It's taking too long. Yeah, there's still a lot of gameplay. This by far has the most chapters of any Uncharted game, but a lot of them are just really short. Like that one is literally just all cutscene for the most part. Unfortunately, I could not grab Jose the parrot. Very sad. Okay, so now we get the fun part. Row the
Afford a
canoe
motor? You know, maybe an outboard or something?
down the
That's all this
Amazon
exercise?
Bayou. If you jump across
Besides, I
that
thought the
beam,
whole
grab
idea
the
was to
boards.
sneak in the back door. Quietly.
They make quiet.
Interesting.
Not on our budget. Now, maybe if you found some more of those gold coins.
So pretty much for this part, I'm just holding the L2
Fingers
button,
out
which
of the water.
activates my,
Don't lose 'em.
you know,
Why?
touch pressing basically.
Piranha.
And we're
Entire
just,
river's infested.
Swiping down the
Oh, what are you
touchpad, as you guys
talking
can
about?
see,
There's no piranha this
to make
far
us
north.
go. There's treasures
I know
along the
what
way,
the
but
book
this
said.
is
But I'm telling you, I've seen them.
just a on the rail part. The dialogue between Nate and Sully is easily the dirtiest of the series as well, which is it's hilarious in my opinion. Oh, probably in the second half. Yeah, yeah.
Now I know why your friend doesn't ask
Yeah,
questions.
we'll
Yeah? Why is that?
The shape this canoe's
We'll
in, he
go
didn't
over
wanna
that
know
one
where
when we get there.
drowned.
because this chapter
Don't
does
worry.
have one of
piranha
the best
get you
parts
long
of
before
the
you
series
drown.
too, anyways.
Comforting.
And I'm gonna.
You sure this is the right way?
Not sure. Let me check.
Oh
the
yeah, no,
GPS,
it's technically part of the canoe section.
Oh,
Oh wait.
sorry.
Are yeah, I was about to
Sorry I
say.
asked.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
All right, here's the dirty part. Ready?
Water kid.
I'll let you guys just enjoy this.
Come on, you call this whitewater? Don't you remember the Ingo Rapids?
I remember. There was a little gal in Pradesh province who,
Enough! Paddle! You're not making much headway. Faster! Faster!
yeah, that's what she said.
Sully!
Look, I'm going as fast as I can.
Yeah, that's what you told her.
Okay, ease up. We're through.
Now that was a workout.
No. That's what she said.
Oh wait, Silent, were you trying to swipe with
Really?
me? Is that what you were doing? All right, so now we actually gotta swipe the opposite way because there's a waterfall and we don't want to die.
All right, back. God damn it, get up.
All right. One more paddling section here.
Seriously.
But don't worry, the canoeing is not quite done in this game.
That is not true at all. But you do know what that Khmer statue was worth.
Yeah, a lot. I know.
All right,
Could I
best
forget?
part of the game right
You and you
here.
around.
Quiet, Nate.
The only time in the series you get to play as Victor goddamn Sullivan. And basically all we're doing is shooting these guys so we don't get absolutely blasted by them. How are you alive in the water? What? I don't think I've ever seen that happen. That almost got me killed too. That's the weird part.
On that bridge!
Yeah, we're using the auto lock onto our advantage here as much as we can. Though I am trying to hit some specific scenery at points too. Yeah, the NPCs usually can't. If they fall, they're dead. Usually, is what it means.
Taking fire!
So the fact that that happened, that's the first time I've ever seen that happen. That was just weird. Back here. Oh yeah, because they don't have money. Give me some more gold coins next time if you're gonna complain about the boat. Alright. How many badges have we had so far too? I want to say that's like number 8 at this point. I have not been counting. I really hope somebody's been counting. Alright, so the boat's gonna break. By the way, that bridge I was shooting at the very end, that's where we're heading to eventually. Try to get ahead of Sully here by shooting, which we do. Very nice. But otherwise, again, we're waiting for Sully to climb.
Right.
Very annoying.
Safe enough.
And then that bridge that I was shooting at, we get to... Oh, hi Sully. We get to try to do another balance skip. Nope. I hit the trigger, very unfortunate. I was very close to getting it, but if I landed a little earlier and got the jump off, I think I might have been fine. That's okay. So chapter, what are we at, 22? God, this game, the chapters just go by so quick sometimes. So a lot of these chapters coming up here, these are going to be very heavy fighting sections. This is where having the proper weapon and whatnot in certain spots is going to come into play more. Oh my gosh, dude. Dude, the aiming? Oh, don't. Fist fights take long. Fist fights take long. And double swipe. I just hate that they end all the fights with that swipe. It's just that it's really annoying to do on the DualShock. Like, you can do it, it's just annoying.
Piece of cake.
Yeah, honestly, this game, I really think needed a remake more than 4 and Lost Legacy. I would have rather had the, like, even if this was just a port for PS4, PS5.
That's really cheap.
The custom firmware shows that you can have this playable on PS4 or 5. So we got another turret we need to avoid. This time Sully's going to distract, but for the most part we're going to be just going, as fast as we can. Just, as soon as we get to a place, we're just going to immediately go. We're not going to worry too much about our health, because Sully should cover us here. That's going to prevent us from dying. Okay, that got really hinky. I love saying things are hinky whenever I play Uncharted games. Once we scale this wall, we are fine. There we go.
Gonna make a break for it. Here we go.
We're going to go the pistol that's up here. Climb down. So now, just like the Dante part earlier where he didn't have a gun, we're going to have to protect Sully, because he's got to get up here, so. This is where we're just going to be, for the most part, starting to go for the shoot gun. There are a lot of enemies in these sections. These sections are really... they're more annoying than the Dante one, just because there's so many more enemies that end up spawning in. Stop moving. And the problem with this one too is the angle of the pillars. Sometimes one of the guys can just hide right behind that right pillar, and very annoying to kill. Hey, skip the movie. We had boosties with Chase, now we get boosties
Come on, I'll give you a boost.
with Sully.
Up we go.
Suela ever complain about you crushing her?
You can't crush a spinner. Now grab my hand.
Dude, I'm telling you, this game has the dirtiest banter between Nate and
That
Sully.
was nothing.
It's hilarious. Alright, so again, we're going to try to get ahead of Sully because we got a rope we got to swing across, and we really want to be ahead of him on this.
I wonder if
Angle to the upper right.
mosquitoes without wings.
No, not really. That's absolutely ridiculous. I forgot how
And we're
philosophical
just going
you
to keep
become
firing
when
this
you're
gun
thirsty.
until we're out of ammo, it's fine. And then we get to this climbing section, and this is why we really want to be ahead of Sully, this section here. Ooh, I got a very nice climb there. That was actually really generous, so we're going to do a roll there. Camera gets weird. One more roll this way. Jump across. I always worry about that jump because it's such a limp jump, and you wonder if you actually even made it. See if I can get, there we go.
I start screaming, just slap me.
So yeah, so if I was climbing with the touchscreen, I may not have gotten those kinds of lines. And then that last one there, I'm going to try to grab on the left side to avoid the first one. There we go. Alright, last climb before the end of the chapter. And again, we're going to just keep to the left here.
Not as sturdy as your
The less we climb, the better. Alright, so that's the end of that chapter. Oh, more loading. I love when this game loads, don't you guys? Yeah, it's like, it's funny because this feels like just as bad as Uncharted 4 or Lost Legacy on PS4, even with the PS4 Pro. But it's like, this game is so much jankier compared to those games just because it's a handheld game. Alright, so we've got combat coming up here. What do I got for guns? I don't have any. So grab that micro. I couldn't remember if I had a secondary or not. Now I have a secondary. I'm gonna grab this. I'm not sure how many bullets a micro takes to kill, but it's like, it's so much easier just to put 2 bullets in a guy instead of having to hold the fire button. Grab the...
Nice work, kid. Even if it didn't
So
take
kill the
forever.
turret, that lets
Keep moving.
Sully continue on. I was about to say, I don't think I've ever seen that camera angle for that. Normally it's supposed to just be overhead once you start climbing that wall. Maybe it's because I got away from the wall. But we're going to use the turret later. Not the turret, the sniper later. This turret we are going to use now. Not later. Because we got to help Sully yet again.
I'm on it.
This is one that you don't auto go on to on the US version. No, I was supposed to shoot him, so I don't think you can kill Sully if you shoot him. Which is certainly helpful because he's just kind of right there. I'm pretty sure one of the first times I played this, I just was shooting at Sully for like a good 3 minutes. Because I didn't realize it wasn't an enemy, it was Sully. No.
Hang in there. I'm trying.
Oh, to the right.
Take cover.
You okay?
That should be it. There we go.
Yeah.
Says the text to confirm that we finished it. Alright, so we got more climbing, more swinging. Really need to make sure we're just holding straight. If we have an angle, we can just plummet and die. Also, the jumps in this game are hilarious because they're so massive. They're so unrealistic.
Nate, can't get across.
gonna pull out the pistol. This area. Run over and fire that guy. Where'd you go? Dude, why'd he run all the way there? Last guy. There we go. Now we get to cut down this bridge for him so he can get across.
So that's what she said.
Slow-mo jump over. Oh, yeah, just wait until later. Just wait until later, guys, because there's one jump that's it's pretty.
Shit. More worse. A lot of worse. Sucks.
Wait, I killed the guy in the back on that? That was interesting. I'm gonna get the sniper. I can't get him on that one.
Oh, sure. Snipers too? Bring it on.
There he is. Oh, no. Pop out. Pop out. Not like that! Dude, the guy over there is always annoying to get. I didn't necessarily want to foul. That's okay because we're gonna get the Ensign that's over here anyways.
You messed with the wrong guy.
There you go. Alright, so this section here, these snipers can be extremely annoying. Luckily I haven't died to them yet, but they do like to shoot me because I don't like to kill them right away. The first one I tried to do a melee on once I get to him. There's gonna be one jump where I'm just gonna be prone to getting hit. So we're not dead yet. And hopefully we're not going to die. We're gonna come over here, pull you off. Bye. So this is where we can try to do our rolls to make it across without. There we go.
Slowly.
Yeah, so you have to do that final shimmy. But otherwise, it's not too bad.
How many more of those you figure El Generale's got?
Angle over.
A few dozen, if I had to guess.
Well, those aren't just light patrols. We gotta be getting close to his camp.
So it's funny on the very easy difficulty
go. There
too.
must be a
I think
place
some
where
of
you
the
cross the
QuickTime
chasm up
actions get
ahead.
removed. Like I think this section on the higher difficulties has a QuickTime
Said that one.
event to swipe up to make sure you don't die. Let's see if I can get these rolls.
It's a long way down.
Oh, I almost died.
You know how I love heights.
Okay, that's fine. I'm actually surprised I didn't die there. Not gonna lie. I'm over this jump is nuts. I mean, look at that. You just get a speed boost on your way over.
All right.
This
There's one later that's even worse than that one in terms of realism. Like that one's much more plausible, but one of the next ones is just so unrealistic. Oh yeah, so with those statues, there's actually, so this is one of the weird things with this game is Ben decided to hide some of the collectibles that you need to get, like the pictures, at the very end of the chapter, and you can only get it at the end of the chapter. So in that spot there, you have to stay to the left, because if you go to the right, you activate this cutscene. So it's very weird how they did some of the collectibles. You know, you're taking a picture over Chase mourning her dead grandfather. You need to make sure you don't go far enough for another picture. So I just like to melee these three guys and then we'll start our gun party. There's gonna be a guy up here. I think I got him.
If you have to move, zig and zag.
Cause that guy's a sniper. We don't want him. Oh god.
Shit, snipers! Keep your head down.
So it's fine, 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 it's fine. This fight is easily one of my worst fights, though. The enemies just kind of come from everywhere. It's hard to know if there's any left at any given time. I'm gonna keep one of those. I was about to say, I'm like, there's at least one more guy there. There he is. No, don't go that way. I need to murder you. It's fine.
See you in your head!
One more guy's down here. Dang it. See, this is where I get really lost. They just there's seemingly no rhyme or reason when they spawn other. Alright, there we go. Oh no, it's a PowerPoint presentation for you guys. No, so the thing is,
You should try from my end.
funny thing is, like earlier when that freezing happened, I think that's just a side effect of the PS TV sometimes. When it gets when it starts
Yes,
getting
it
hot.
does. Come on, let's get to the top of this thing so we can see where we are.
Alright, so we're gonna climb up these.
Oh, Jesus.
No, I
Just a
went
little
the
dizzy.
wrong way.
All right?
Try to grab these
I'll be all right
handholds on
this
the right side.
Damn thin air. Oh, nice.
Wow,
Long way down.
You know how I love heights.
Just don't look down.
I'm trying not
Yeah, honestly, I mean, this game can be fun to run, but like I said, all the fun stuff happens in the first half in terms of the skips. Second half is literally just how fast can you kill these enemies.
Whoa.
All right.
Yeah, I'm okay.
So that's one of the very unfortunate side effects with this run.
Not as much fun as it.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, the fact that they managed to fit as much as they did in this game, it's really insane when you think about it.
Good.
All right. So I think at the start of this chapter, I like to stealth. The first part, one of the guys in particular drops a Wes. So we're hoping he actually leaves it up top for us. Because the kill we need to do for him, he's right at the edge, and sometimes that gun will just fly away, so. But this is another one where if we stealth the beginning kills, you know, we don't get nearly as many enemies to deal with.
More patrols.
Now, this is good. I have no idea we're here.
Alright, so we gotta wait for this guy to
Come on,
turn,
quietly.
and then we can do our 4 kills up here. And the last guy is who we're looking for that West, the one on the corner there, that right corner. So you're gonna get number 2 here. Go go back to the middle for number 3. And please don't drop the West. Stay on! Oh my gosh!
Finally.
So we're going to take the West, we're going to take this AK, and then we're going to boost Sully up. Yeah, I mean, really the biggest problem Sony had with the Vita was they didn't have marketing for the Vita or the PSTV that was good. The PSTV, I didn't even know supported Vita cartridges natively until super recently. And I blame the marketing. So we're going to stealth kill these next 2. And then we're going to go on our shooting rampage. Shoot you. And we got one more guy up top we need to...
It's the last one, I think.
I didn't mean to use 2 shots on him, but it's okay.
They're near the top. Find them.
Alright, so now we gotta work our way down. I didn't mean to start a fight with him, but it's fine. Straightforward, just kill him right away. Alright. Alright, so we're gonna start heading down. So, oh my god, I hate when I do that. This is where the West comes in handy. There's another West here that we can grab more ammo for. But we're gonna need to start killing more of these guys while we're hanging. But the West, you know, just a single shot to kill makes it really easy.
Just won't give up.
Get moving, Sully.
No, I'm gonna need to do a reload, aren't I?
Second temple site is under attack. Sully, get moving.
Take him out first.
Oh my god, come on.
Is this Sully? You trying to get us killed?
With that auto lock on too, it makes it really easy for some of those shots, especially where they're not moving. If they're not moving, it's so easy to get those shots.
See ruins below. On your left.
Can I get this first guy? No. Sometimes I can get him as he jumps down, but it's really hard. Can you not change your shoulder? Yeah, the memory cards that you got were really small. I think the one I got with this PSTV was only a 4 gig. It would have been nice if with the Vita you could have just used SD cards. Oh yeah, exactly. There you go. You said exactly what I said. Alright, I need to turn my AC on. It's starting to get really hot in here. Alright, so now... These are Dante's men. These aren't...
Guerrero's men.
Nah.
Guerreros.
Need some help down here.
One down. Only a complete army
So I'm gonna need that M79 in a minute for the second half of the enemies are coming. Hi. You did not die like I wanted you to. So this guy on the left has a desert that we want. Or not, I guess. I really want that desert. I'm going back for it. I don't care. I didn't get the M79 either. Where'd the desert go? There it is. That's not what I meant to do. Okay, stop moving. Okay.
will be long gone by the time reinforcements arrive.
So here's the reinforcements. Just gonna delay that first shot a tiny bit. Wait for these other guys to come down.
That's the last of them.
All right, here's the jump. Here is the jump. This jump is. Look at this jump. There's no way he makes that with that run up. Alright, so unfortunately, Sully tries to make the jump and he
Sully, you
dies.
all right? Talk to me.
So trying to avoid some of the climbing by jumping that way.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, Sully's not actually dead, sorry.
Don't move. I'm on my way down.
It's another one of those Sully near death moments. You know, that he's so famous for. I really wanted to try to reload that, but it's fine. So we got another M79 in here.
You stay back.
Oh, that I thought I had the M79 pulled out. Apparently not.
I was wondering. Really? Us?
Desert. There we go. Okay. I want to reload this. I might get more. Perfect.
We showed him.
Yeah. We did. Come on. Snake Temple's got to be that way.
Really don't need extra bullets from that right now. We're gonna grab another M79 for ammo.
Alright, good luck, kid. I'll see you.
On the
So
other
we stealth this
side.
first guy, then we're gonna use the desert to get quick kills on these other three.
Still some resistance in Site 3 on the other side of the temple.
1, 2. Oh, you ran towards me. You're usually running away. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so this M79 that's in here, we really need to make sure we get the ammo because it's going to help us for chapter 27 with one enemy in particular. I'm surprised that guy did not see me at all. One more guy? Is that it? That was it. Wow. That's the fastest I've ever done that room. Those guys were just very... They were ready to die, I guess. So we climb up here. We gotta jump across. Go up. And then this will trigger the end of the chapter if I don't jump into that wall, you know? And hey, guess what, guys? We're at the beginning of the game. This is that part they used at the beginning, but now we get to complete the whole thing. So the start is pretty much going to be the same. But instead of, you know, the two-shot pistol, we've got a one-shot pistol now. And with the, you know, hanging
Ah, shit.
stuff I was talking about, we're going to be able to have plenty of ammo for this next section with that. And so the thing is, after the rocket launcher guy, and I'll point it out, but you'll see exactly after we kill that rocket launcher guy why we need that M79, just to make our lives easier. It's funny, I really, there's only 2 points where we use, or at least I use the grenades. That one chapter where you get the introduction to grenades where you can literally just spam them. And then there's 2 other enemies I'll kill with grenades, but for the most part grenades are pretty useless. Because especially the way you have to throw them, it's really annoying. You have to click the grenade icon in the bottom right. And you can get a throwing arc by dragging the grenade, which is cool. But it's really annoying to use. Which is why we aim down sight when we do that. Yeah, so that's going to make this part just so much faster. Especially with these shotgun guys. I need a second one. Okay.
Oh, finally.
Oh gosh, yeah, there's always going to be something that it's like, man, I didn't know about this, I didn't know about that. I mean, I was watching a couple of the runs yesterday, I'm like, wait, you can do that? It's kind of insane. So I'm gonna intentionally miss one of these shots so I can get a fuller clip again. that one so that way this third guy can come out. How many badges have we had? Has anybody actually been keeping track? We're definitely in double digits at this point. Because that one I just got 2 of them. So we skip this movie. We're going to use quick scope here. So this next enemy is why we have the M79, the chain gun enemy. This guy is really annoying to beat otherwise. It's doable, obviously, but it's just super annoying. And then we're just gonna go ahead. We need to quick scope some of these guys here. Usually I don't run to the right before I kill that guy.
Nice try, fellas.
There we get a nice little audio line to let us know that we've killed the last guy there. Oh, thank you, auto lock on there. I gotta wait for that guy to get around the corner before I play lock on. Man, these snipes are going great. Come on. And that's why I want to try to get them before they start going to the right. There's one more to the right here that we gotta get. And there we go. There's the opening chapter to completion. So now we're going to be heading into the heart of the Quivirian Empire here. So the ancient civilization is the Quivirians. I believe at this point we're in Panama. This game takes place in Latin America, Mexico, and Panama. I'm pretty sure are the 2 locations. So. I will show off how the grenades work later on, because there's one part where I just like to throw a grenade at a chasing this random dude that's guarding her. Alright, last guy, come on. I hate when they hide behind the boxes like that. It's so annoying. The enemies behind cover in this game are rough to deal with. So pretty much this is just traversing quickly. Once we get to a certain point, we'll be able to shoot and kill the... Oh, right. Left. We'll be able to shoot and kill enemies. It's like when we get to this ledge, we gotta take out 4 guys. There's gonna be 2 in front of us and 2 behind us. So we're gonna turn and quick scope, quick scope, and turn for these 2. How that one not even hit when I had it on? I disagree with one of those shots.
Get that lower bridge race. If any of Guerrero's men get captured, there's gonna be hell to pay.
On it. You want some?
It's like, where is he? He takes a while to spawn, actually.
Up I go.
Yeah, so we're just climbing up and around all these ruins. And again, remember how I said they reuse stuff? Make sure you remember this room. This room is actually very important later on. Because pretty much the formula is you find a new area, explore around. There's either going to be enemies or not. Pretty much you have an idea of what's to come per chapter, but... Alright, so we make this jump across. Climbing up and over. We got 2 more guys we gotta snipe before we do a jump on the rope here. And actually cut down the bridge. Slow-mo again to enough. And then we get to cut down the roof here. Alright, now the fun really begins. You thought we had a bunch of enemies before? We're gonna have way more now. So we're gonna have a little bit of an enemy rush coming up here. Well, actually, this is just gonna be a couple of enemies, but once we get down lower, we're gonna have way more of an enemy rush. Let's see if I can skip one of these swipes. If I jump enough to the right and drop down the right way. And I did not get it. I've only gotten it once, and it was very accidental. I don't know exactly how I did it, but you actually can skip that swipe if you end up on that right beam. The one that you climb after the swipe. Alright, so we just gotta climb back around, climb up. And then this is where enemy rush is gonna be. Let's try to take out some snipers, and then we'll go back to that guy. There we go. Right there. The snipers are great because they have the lasers to kind of say where they are. Compared to some of the other enemies where you just could be like, just gotta know where they are. Oh, we killed them all. Okay. Normally there's some kind of an audio cue that I hear. No, I don't want to climb this rope. Get down. Get down. Oh my gosh, Drake.
Kill him on sight.
Why? Alright. Pull the desert. Kill those two. Then we're gonna pull up the sniper again. We're gonna give it a minute. Wait for the GAU guy to come out a bit more. You didn't die, which is weird. And he only dies in a couple shots because of that. Alrighty. So GAU guys down here, there's going to be two specifically that we're going to be using grenades to kill because it's just so much easier that way. What did you miss? You missed all the skips, pretty much. All of the clips and skips are essentially in the first half of this run. Which is super unfortunate, but you know what? You're to the main climax of the game. We finally have an eye on where Chase is, chasing Guerrero. So now we've got to go down and try to rescue her. So this is the point where I'll do that nade, and you can kind of see the line that happens. So you have to click.
Oh shit, Chase.
And drag it like that. I just like to try to kill that guy if I can, for fun. And it's funny, if you drop that nade close to Chloe, Chase, she would be like, nade! Oh no! Yeah, so we're gonna kill this guy.
Stop him at the bridge.
See, the 3 grenades should have worked, but I think they didn't set off properly, which is fine. Just kill him with a desert at that point. I don't think I need to kill that guy. Okay, so I should have enough bullets for these two. I can leave that guy alive. He shouldn't kill us. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. This game, the first half is just really good in terms of all the skips and stuff, and then the second half there's not much, if anything. I think chapter 17 was the last skip.
Female target's been found. The lower path.
This section I hate. These shotgun guys are annoying. And problem was I didn't really have there we go. I like it. There's a desert 5 down here. I need to grab that. Wow, you didn't stun me. I'm surprised. So usually that rocket will stun you depending on where you are. And like 90% of the time you're getting stunned. Lots of quick scoping. I don't know where you were looking. Alright, so we're going to use some nades across the bridge here. So we aim down sight again. How are you alive, sir? Let's see if that works. No, of course not. How did I kill the other guy? Hi, thank you. Oh, I always try to climb up there for some reason. Okay, so kill those 3. If you don't kill those 3, then Chase is gonna die. Oh! You can actually skip that balance! That's new. I apologize for the reaction, but that was one I don't think anybody thought was a skippable balance part. I died from that? What? Hello? Yeah, normally if you roll down you're fine, but I think I needed to be closer to the ledge, question mark? Ah, I didn't get that time. But hey, you know what? Found another balance skip, so that's funny. I'm totally fine with that. It's whatever. You know, things are gonna happen during a marathon run, you know? It's funny, that's actually the first time I've died to that roll, I think, too. Roll closer to the edge. There we go. Yeah, because I didn't drop down from the initial roll is what it was. So basically he was standing up and he dropped down instead of rolling off. And you can see the difference because he does go drop down. And all that. Yeah, honestly, this game really shows that's like... You can have another studio outside Naughty Dog make these games too. Like, that's why when they were talking about the Sully prequel game that Ben was gonna work on, you know, you had some good hope because it was Ben, but unfortunately Naughty Dog just stuck their nose in a little bit too much. So this is gonna be more of a plot chapter. We're gonna make sure we don't die here. We have to jump to that top one. We're pretty much forced to jump to that higher platform. So. And these climbs are slow, which is unfortunate. I feel like there might be a way to do a roll to skip some of that, but I really haven't played too much. These jumps can be terrible, and you can die really easily. We got the first one, we got the second one here, and one more. Alright. And we get to see the Quiverins, or what's left of them, I should say. So those are the residents of this underground city here. And remember how I said there's going to be at least one more canoe part? Yeah, here it is. So we're going to get just a ton of plot and lore.
One more.
And unfortunately, if you remember that there were treasures in the Sully one, there are going to be treasures here as well. But the game forces you to grab them, but luckily you don't actually have to grab them. They're just grabbed automatically. The other difference with this too is we actually have to do left swipes at certain points. And then we go to the down swipe. Alright. So now we have like a 2.5, 3 minute boat ride.
My grandfather used to take me all over the world on his
How you guys doing?
We took a boat not much bigger than this, all the way from Pará, Brazil
Row,
to La Paz
row,
in Bolivia.
row the canoe
Now that was
in the
quite a
underground
journey.
bayou. So basically, I stop the row
Lucky,
when I can, when I
god of
know it's
lakes and
gonna
drowning.
get into the
So,
treasure, so I can
you're
just
in a
get my
canoe,
icon
I will
right
leave
in
the
the
earth.
right spot to try to
You want to stay on his good side.
skip through that screen a bit quicker.
Probably a good idea.
So, you were raised by your grandfather, huh? How'd that happen?
Not much of a story. Both my parents were killed when I was a little kid.
Really?
Yeah, I know. Rough, right? But it was a long time ago. Evidently, there was a break-in. They were both shot. I don't remember much about it.
Oh, Chase. I'm sorry.
It's okay. So, how about you? From what Dante told me, you had it rougher than I did.
Lake's not big enough for me to tell my story.
Yeah, we're gonna need at least 4 more games to tell that story. Right?
Sete Cidades emblem.
I love making that joke all the time, and I always forget. You have to go to the left after that second treasure.
The souls of the dead civilization. He would have believed.
So the other cool thing with the treasures I forgot to mention, so the treasures
to
have
prove it was
different
his.
groupings to
Let's keep rowing. We have to find the throne room.
what you're collecting. So like in this section here, you're gonna find a lot of statuettes of the gods.
So, what are we looking for? again?
That's one of the
As if
collectibles.
you
So
don't
it's
know.
really cool how the different areas
Oh,
have
you're just testing
treasures
me.
that are
Okay.
unique.
The throne chamber is
them.
beneath the visage of Izikatli, the god of death.
So
He rules
you
the
know,
underworld. If we
the
find him,
god
we find the
statuettes.
chamber.
There's also going to be a lot of
Nice.
According to my grandfather, in Quiveran mythology,
charcoal
this place
rubbings
is called
that
the Tears of
tie
True
into
Cotex. She was
the
separated
Quiverans
from Mahuakutex when the world was made and cried for 1,000
and all
years.
that.
Her tears filling the second level of Mitsukan. Because she was the goddess of childbirth, she cursed childbearing women to an eternity of pain.
Now you're lecturing.
No, I'm not. But since you asked,
Nope, I didn't.
the chamber we're looking for contains the Throne of Gold, the center of Mitsukan, the lowest level of the Quiveran underworld.
Guarded by the 4 aspects of Teotihuacan. I read his journal too, you know.
Oh yeah.
I stalk your grandfather too, you know.
And who's this?
Quetzalcoatl, god of disease, pain, plague, and insanity.
So when we disembark the boat,
such a
I'm actually
cheerful
gonna
pantheon
delay
of
my
gods.
movement for a little bit because we
Yeah,
need
no
Chase to
kidding.
light the sconce that's there faster, as fast as possible to even start this puzzle. If we get in her way, then it just delays her lighting that sconce. So I'm just gonna wait. Okay.
Huh.
It's very easy to
Pattern
get
on
in
this
front of
floor
her and
looks
just kind of
familiar.
block her path.
But the mosaic is all scrambled.
Also, I've accidentally thrown a grenade here before.
You say they're embracing here? Looks to me like they're at each other's throats.
Well, they were married for 1,000,000 years or so.
Ooh, that'd do it.
All right, so that's the end of that chapter. What chapter are we on? This is 30 or 31 we're on now. So we're heading closer and closer and closer to the final treasure, basically. So we'll see what Dante and Guerrero were looking to get their hands on.
There's a sconce. Man, I wish I could
31, okay.
Oh, wait.
I think we're on 31, but I couldn't remember if it was 30. Climb up here, it's gonna be cutscene. So you can see all the gold that's around there. Yeah, so Quivira, the Quivarians had just within these caves had found a ton of golds, but why is it that they die? That's really, you know, the $1,000,000 question.
Hope this lighter holds out.
I thought only old guys who smoked cigars carried lighters.
What's that?
Never mind.
Wow, thought I'd seen everything. This is amazing.
Alright, so we get up here and we actually find that, hey, remember Steven? You know, the whole reason that we're here? Oh, there he is! And honestly, I love these lines. Ready?
Let's get serious.
Careful.
Really?
Just that careful is great. I'm sorry, that careful is just amazing. Alright, so we get Steven's dagger.
Here it is. Here's your proof.
Oh, Marcos Denisa, sorry. He killed Steven. And then Dante comes along, and we find out that this gold is actually radioactive. So they're trying to get radioactive gold onto the black market. Amazing. Now we're into the quick time event fight. These are fun. Not really.
Nice try.
So I'm just holding the L2, doing the prompts as they show up. So on very easy, we get 5 strikes. Pretty much, if all the X's turn red, that means you lose. Very easy, it's 5. It goes down 1 every time, up to crushing, where you literally cannot make a mistake. You get 1 X. So if you make a mistake, you're dead. So these fights on crushing are really hard. The other thing too is the swipes, as you increase the difficulty, just end up becoming progressively more difficult to do. Like you have to do like more complex patterns, like a Z shape and stuff like that. The Guerra fight, you have like a J shape you gotta do. It's terrible. It's really bad. But luckily for the most part with these fights, anytime you're trying to avoid the enemy you're swiping towards Nate, anytime you're attacking, you're typically swiping towards the enemy. So as long as you have that in mind and you kind of know what's happening when, you don't necessarily need to memorize the swipes. I certainly haven't. Some of the ones I have, like there. Alright, we're at the end of this fight. If we get any strikes, we're bad at the game at this point. Literally, we're just swiping up. That's all you gotta do. We're making sure that knife does not end up in our throat. And Dante's defeated. Alright. So now, not quite the end of the chapter. We have to climb this rope for some reason. And glitch climb? Yay, we get the glitchy climb. Nice. And he just stops. Yeah, it's the Talbot fight, but worse. Just wait until you see the Guerra fight, because the Guerra fight gets really interesting, and I'll point it out why. So this section here, we're gonna have 2 enemies right on this first ledge that we're gonna stealth kill, just to make our life easier. And as we're escaping, we're just gonna be ambushed by enemies at every chance that we have. So we stealth kill this guy. He drops a desert. Desert 5. And then we stealth kill this guy. We don't have to worry too much about his gun. As we go jump up the rope here. We're going to climb quite a way because we want a 3rd enemy to spawn. And he only spawns when you go up a certain distance. Yeah, there we go. That was clean. So this is where we're going to take out one of the chain gun guys with grenades. And luckily there's grenades here too. But we're just gonna aim down sight. 1, 2, 3. And we jump over here. 2 guys up here. We're gonna take those out with our desert. And we're gonna try to hold on to this desert for a little bit more. So we got some quick scoping to do. That's gonna drop a rope. We're gonna climb up the rope a little bit, then jump off. And actually, in that meantime, while I'm waiting for that rope, we're gonna swap the gun. It's fine. I want to have this pistol for the next section, anyways. And then there's one more all the way down here, and this guy we absolutely have to take out. He is the worst offender of
Not more
killing
ropes.
Chase.
Okay, I can do this.
Oh yeah, by the way, Chase now likes guns and will help you
This
fight.
way.
So the whole time up until this point, she was anti-gun. And up until now. And she's like, I guess guns are fine. Yeah, so that's why I like using that gun, because there's another GAU chain guy. And it's just so much easier to kill him with that.
Remember when I said I wasn't afraid of heights? I lied.
Climb, Chase, climb!
Hi, climb, thank you. And that's what I mean with the jank. It's like, he just stopped climbing, even though I held the same angle the whole way up. We're gonna grab this RPG because there's another couple of GAU gunners that we need to kill. So we're gonna do those 2, grab more ammo in here, and work on this guy. There we go. We're gonna keep this rocket launcher as well as that, the other handgun. It's so weird. It's the weirdest part of this whole game. Chase is super anti-gun. And then by the end, she's just like, oh, okay, I guess I'll use guns to help kill people so we can survive. So it's a rocket launcher. Is that guy close enough? Alright, so the only thing for here is we actually need to wait for Chase to get close enough to trigger this rope that we gotta climb down, which is very unfortunate. And then on top of that, we actually have to wait for the rope to shine white before we even jump. So there's the rope. And I jumped a tiny bit early, but it was fine. The white trimmer basically just says the rope is active to climb it. That one. A couple of guys that are gonna spawn up there. Oh, don't move. Maybe we should have like. Oh, that was it. Okay. That was actually a bit clearer than I usually get, so I was a little surprised. And the end of the chapter is here, so what are we at? Chapter 33 now? So we're very close to the end. We've got one more escape sequence here. If you thought the last part... I mean, to be fair, Elena never touched one before either, and she was good. And you gotta remember, Elena never used a gun before before she met Nate. So you get a small escape sequence. It's not awful. It's literally just this to make sure we get across. And my jump didn't even come out. That was the limpest jump ever. I think that's the first time I've had that happen. Dude, this game can be really jank with how the characters like go. Like, he didn't want to climb that. I'm gonna try to kill a couple of these guys before I can climb up there. I don't think that did anything. want one of these pistols over here. I'm going back over. I really want that pistol. I don't want to keep reloading then. Here it is. Okay. Because we're gonna have another hanging section, and where we have the gun with one bullet, it's gonna reload every single time I shoot. Okay, this jump can be dumb because Nate likes to die on this. Please make it. Okay. Hi.
See ya.
Careful.
Oh, this gun is so weak. It takes 3 bolts to kill these. He's gonna start shooting. That doesn't matter. It's a clock. I'm like, Rock, please.
You gotta keep moving.
Right behind you.
Yeah, this pistol is terrible. It takes 3 kills. So this is the part where the reason I really didn't want the other handgun, because I can just shoot you. 1 bullet. Camera? What was that camera?
Which way now?
You gotta wait for this pillar to drop. Yeah, it's like a camera, just point and shoot. We got 1 enemy we gotta kill here. Because he will snipe a Chase and just completely obliterate her. This section is dumb because these pillars are dumb. This second pillar likes to kill me, so I'm just gonna wait for it to drop, and then the game doesn't like me trying to climb over it. And then we're just gonna jump back over here. Good time event to make sure we don't die. Shimmy on over. Alright, another favorite line is coming up just because of what we do. Is it this section? No. Okay, here's where all the enemies are. This is like the final gauntlet. So we're gonna immediately grab this RPG so we can take out this GAU user. Take out that sniper. I gotta hurry over so I can get rid of the second GAU guy because we're gonna use his gun to kill the rest of the guys. So. Oh my gosh, come on. And then this is just our enemy shredder. So I'm gonna try to come up this hill. Still a guy behind me. It's gonna be 1 more guy here.
Too easy.
Alright. We got the audio line too easy. They're all dead. Sweet. That was really the last of the major gauntlets, so. At this point, once we get across, we need to just kill some enemies to make sure that Chase can make it over safely. It's gonna be like, what, 2, 3 short waves of guys?
Over here. Come on.
Whoa!
There we go. So that should be the last one there. Gotta do another boost here.
Put that together.
This box can be trickier to try to jump on immediately when it drops. Especially because Nate has a weird animation from all the shaking around and stuff. But we'll see if we can time this. No, I didn't even get the angle right. All right, ladies first. Except, you know, we're gonna go in front of her. Right there. That's the part I was talking about. That I love. So we're gonna do a roll off this ledge to grab lower down here, or you know, you can grab really high up. That's fine, I guess. One more rope to climb, and then we are at the end of this chapter. We've only got one more chapter, guys. We're at the end. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Alrighty, so with everything coming down, you see Guerrero there with his rocket launcher. He's not very happy. He ends up shooting a pillar that traps Chase. And, you know, he's just on an evil rampage right now. So he's going to try to RPG us. We need to get up to that bridge to fight him. And yeah, remember how I said keep that one set piece in mind? Yeah, we're back here. This is the final fight area. That bridge is our final set piece. Let's go up. So we're just gonna try to traverse as quickly as we can to get to Guerrero. I can't say names. I can't believe I'm like awake as I am now. Try to climb as quick as I can. He's gonna RPG that. Oh, I got a good jump before I got that stun, so that's great. So we gotta go up and around. Oh god, I thought I missed that jump for a second. Just jump. Go up and then drop. And then jump over. We got one more swing we gotta do. And then once we get to Guerrero, we've got our final QTE swipe fight. And this one, like I said, it's very interesting because the first half, you get 5 strikes. So you can mess up 4 times and be fine. The 5th one you die. But once it gets to a certain point, those strikes just disappear. You mess up, you die after that point. And especially on crushing, where you get all the different swipe patterns you're forced to do that are really unnatural on a touchpad, it's really hard. I think it took me 40, 50 minutes just to beat this fight on crushing once. Oh. So he throws us over there. Gonna have a nice little fight on this part of the bridge. Oh, I missed one. It's fine. We're fine. We can miss right now.
Stop this. We still have time.
There's no honor in defeat, Zenfrek. Only in death.
Guerrero, honestly, I think he's a really well-developed villain, especially compared to like 1 and 3. Alright, so here's where we no longer get those. We no longer have the buffer. If we mess up, we die. These first couple of swipes are just really easy. We swipe to the right, swipe to the left, swipe to the right, and then we gotta swipe to the right again, and then climb up. So we gotta start the barrage of attacks. Only for him to counter. Alright. Good quiet time.
Come on, Guerrero. No honor in defeat, remember?
This is the worst part, especially on crossing.
Revolution of yours failed. It is hard.
There's only one more thing to do.
Is that the best you can do?
just like the rest of those worthless.
I got to this part so many times on crushing and just died because I couldn't do the last one. And that's the Coloro fight. He lands on the bridge, but the bridge ain't stable. Goodbye. And then we can skip this movie here. And at this point, we've got to save Chase, and we're getting right at the end of the run. So we've got to lift up Chase with one more set of swipes. When the screen goes to black after the third swipe, that is when time is going to end. So, rescue Chase.
Here we go.
We got one. Everything comes in threes in this game. And 3. And time.
Come on, get out of there.
There we go. There's Uncharted Golden Abyss. So like I said, I definitely recommend, if you do not have a PS TV, do not have a PS Vita, I definitely recommend to watch a playthrough of this whole game because the story is pretty fantastic for a non-Naughty Dog Uncharted game. I just personally, in terms of my rankings, I have this tied with Uncharted 3. Dante's hilarious.
Gotta be another way out.
Just the banter between Dante and Nate is worth playing this game. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy I was able to learn as much as I did in the week and a half. Unfortunately, I couldn't show everything that the JP run does. If you're really interested to see that, those runs are extremely nuts, and I really recommend you guys watching that as well. So definitely watch B-Man or Panzer's 1 or 2 run on the leaderboard. Otherwise, that's gonna do it for me today. I was gonna say try to nap, but I'm a little too awake now. We've got Uncharted 2 coming up, though, with Crazy Kylo. So, guys, enjoy the run with him. Have a great rest of your day.